Hello, you Arcos. We're joined by Andy from Aberdeen, the mumbling jock. How are you doing, Andy? What's
Not
happening?
bad, eh?
Where you been?
Surprised you've been ready tonight.
Ah, what's it you see? I'm uh I'm dedicated now. I'm back on track.
You're on it.
I'm on it, kid. I'm on it. I'm on it
Good
this
man.
morning. Trying to beat Big John Fury's time in rain. I hit the man's
Quick,
Superman, innit?
superhuman, eh?
Superhuman, innit?
Yeah.
Hey?
Actually went to the gym the other day myself. Did some real gym work, but
Good
first
man.
time in first time in a long time. So I
Yeah,
need
I've
to get
been.
back.
Yeah, well, I'm enjoying it now because obviously I don't get out of my head no more, do I? So I don't even drink now and this. So I've just replaced it with training, but I'm doing like 2 sessions a day now and I'm lapping it up. It's addictive,
You,
isn't it?
you'll be at the stage if you don't do it, you'll be annoyed, eh? You'll get
Oh, that was it, you see, this morning I kept looking hard at wind. I kept doing a frotch, when it was Frotch Groves 1. We were looking hard at window. Carl was like, oh, I'm going to go on treadmill in garage. Well, he nearly come a cropper, didn't he? Cobra, I know you're listening. Seen him overnight. Cobra. And you didn't do it for a rematch, Doc, did you?
no.
Well, I'm a bit
Did it
like
right
that.
then.
Sure.
You did it right then.
Yeah.
I've not even had a drink for about I don't know if it's 8 or 9 weeks. I can't remember, but it's quite a while anyway. Still no drink.
It's amazing how sharp you can get, Andy. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've got loads of drink, but I've just no touched it, so it's sitting there smiling at me.
Yeah. I'm like that when I keep thinking about that sugar bowl of coke under the table here.
Put
Keeps
it in your Weetabix.
winking at me.
Ah,
Get your lad's car done.
I was actually just doing a wee bit tonight. I had a couple of things to do. It's going all right. We did 260 mile last weekend, going to a rally away up north.
Brilliant.
Did it good, giving it a good run.
Mm.
So
Uh, what's happened to Johnny Horsecock Nelson? He's keeps coming out with all these big speeches in every interview he's doing, and all that. He's turning into I don't know. It's like is he Martin Luther King or so? What has happened to him? He's morphing into Big Malk, isn't he? Is
just
he the
needs the
new Big
specs
Malk?
now.
Eh?
He just needs the big specs now.
What is going on here, Andy? Help me out here, please. What's happened to Johnny Horsecock?
He's having premonitions and everything, isn't he? Mystic Johnny.
I don't know. I'm getting worried about Johnny Horsecock.
Let's see if his predictions come true, and then we'll all be, ooh.
What, like when he said Tony Bellew's technically better than Alexander Usyk?
And Carlos Takam's a mix between Evander Holyfield and George
George
Foreman.
Foreman. Yeah, and he fears for Anthony Joshua. And, and Eddie there saying his bum was squeaking as well over Eric Molina. Listen,
That's,
it's all knackers, isn't it?
I think Johnny had a matchroom chip fitted to him then, though, didn't he? He's probably had that removed now.
Yeah. This is how I look at it, right? They play good cop, bad cop, don't they? Bean were doing it all the night at that show. They were trying to look for positives to say that this guy might, upset the apple cart and beat Yui. And I was listening to it and I thought, it's just the same old knackers that they used to come out with at Sky, but on a smaller level. You know what I mean? And then wash with me out like that. That's why I had to pull Bean and say, look,
So you've
Rumpelstiltskin.
got
Pulled him, yes. So there, Rumpelstiltskin where at body's buried. He couldn't look me in the eye. And I was sober.
what was he? Did he speak to you at all? Did he take you on?
Yeah, give me like one of them bean smiles, like a beanism smile, and it was one of them. It was one of them moments where Bean could have would have wanted a big hole to swallow him up when my face was about 4 inches from his face. You know what I
Did he
mean?
not try and
Oh,
hypnotise you?
don't do it, Porky. Oh, Russ, don't spoil night. I'm not spoiling night. Bit of bands. It's a bit of band.
You got to have a laugh, eh? Laughter's best medicine.
Listen, mate. were a good night. I enjoyed it. I made welcome, VIP. The food were nice. Well, I enjoyed it, but like I said, I want out my head. When I got home and I woke up in my own bed, not in somebody's house, looking out at fucking blinds till 5 in the morning, or in a police cell. There's none of that for me now, mate. So I'm happy.
That's good.
I'm in a very good place. Let's get stuck into what's been going on then in the sport of boxing. Well, Tony Bellew on it off his head last night on gear. Do you see all that running down his nose?
I never seen it. What was that on last night?
Somebody sent me a screenshot of it. I'll send you it now.
Aye.
They're saying he were off his rocker, aren't they, Bellew?
Ah, right. It's on a slippery slope.
Well, if he is, he is. But it'd be a shame if he is. But let's see if I can find them pictures.
What show was he at last night? Was there a show on Friday night in Liverpool?
I went an American one.
The Hannah Rankin one. Aye, I had the TV on, but I fell asleep.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find that picture.
I did watch one fight. Well, forget the names. The guy was a bit doing a lot of showboating.
Right.
It's like is it a 6-rounder or an 8-rounder or something like that? Forget the names of.
No, I can't even be bothered to look for him anyway. He's boring me, Tony Bellew. He does me head in anyway. When are they all going to start telling the truth, this lot? Like these media people. That's what I want to know, Andy. When they're going to start and speak the truth about what's going on in this sport here. Because all we've got here is a load of people blowing each other off like that Sam Jones. He's running about telling Ben Shalom's business to Eddie Hills and all and sundry.
It's not
And
good, eh?
well, he's all he's done is burnt bridges with Sky now.
He's a snitch, eh?
Snitch, that's what Sam Jones used. Snitch. Snitchers get stitches. They're doing Doncaster, mate. So I don't know what to make of it all, but
It's not good, is it?
Paul Smith piping up saying, I want to see Garcia's betting slip if he's put 2 million on. So somebody on my comment said, yeah, and we want to see Bean's betting slips. Because he likes a bet, doesn't he? Oh, Bean.
Beanie
But
power.
Paul Smith needs to concentrate, in my opinion, on signing some fighters. Because isn't he supposed to be next big management thing and big noise in boxing management like MTK and all that? Well, we'll sign some fighters, Paul. Get rid of that Derby. Get rid of that Jim Royal beard. And go sign some fighters. All right.
What happened to his boxing union he was talking about? Never heard any more about that.
We were going to take Darren Till to a British title one at middleweight at boxing. And I rate Darren Till as a UFC guy, but I don't see him winning a British as a boxer. So
Nah.
we're getting closer now, Andy, to the Usyk situation with Tyson Fury. Where do you see that going? You see it happening, Andy? Because I'm still a bit all
If it happens, I'll believe it when I see the weigh-in.
Oh yeah.
I think so. There's always this doubt, eh? You can't get a doubt. I don't know about you, but just can't get a doubt out of my head. Is it going to happen? You know, I hope it does happen because it needs to happen, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, we're going to see, aren't we now? Did you see Eddie Hills on the pads?
No, I've not seen that. I think I may have heard you mention it. I see your Sunday roast earlier on. I've seen it in about 5 bits. I was busy doing stuff, but I kept going back watching another bit.
Have they got internet up your way, electric, Andy?
It's just come in this last week.
I'm starting to wonder what's going on if you're not seeing now.
I've just been that busy. I've just been like doing jobs for folk and doing jobs for family, and I just mental busy. Yeah, but I try and watch what I can when I can, but it's no easy.
Yeah. Outer Hebrides, Andy, up there, because there's islands. No, so have I got that wrong? Because I'm not a geography man. Do you know where you live in Scotland? There's like, because I looked on my little boy has got like one of them, like it's like a football, but it's like a world map. It's like a, you know, like You spin it and it's like a drinks cabinet thing. But the point I want to make is, if you look on where England and Scotland is, there's like little tiny islands, isn't there? Just off up near where you live, isn't there? Do you live near any?
No, but that's quite a bit away from me. I'm in Perth. I'm quite near the middle of Scotland.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were Aberdeen.
No, I mean,
Well, why
I
do I
think
call you Aberdeen Andy then? Why do you keep letting me fucking put you down as that? You take it or something. Do you know, I've even told my mum goes, oh, you've got that Scotch lad on. Yeah, I goes, oh, where's about Scotland is from? We once went to Ayrshire when you were 8, Russell. I went, oh, right. I goes, oh, he's from Aberdeen. She goes, oh, my dad goes, oh, we didn't go that far, Aberdeen. Straight up now. So I've
I've
told
been up there.
from Aberdeen. You're from fucking Perth, mate. It's only right.
Perth. I've been up there plenty of time. Remember the first time I was on, you must have thought it was for Aberdeen, but because you get Aberdeen Angus beef and stuff like that and good quality steak, I thought Aberdeen Andy's got a bit of ring to it, you know. So
You just kept it on, you weapon.
kept it.
Weapon of the week, man. So
I've been up to Aberdeen quite a lot.
Yeah, what are you, a Geordie?
No.
Scotsman, are you?
Genuine, pure, 100% Scotsman.
Yeah.
My ancestors come from further north. They come from sort of Inverness area, just south Inverness area, so near Nairn, I would say. That's where there's a castle called Kilrock Castle. That's the seat of the Clan Rose, you see. So that's where my ancestors hail from. It's quite close to Culloden battlefield up there. You ever heard of that? Battle of Culloden?
Yeah.
That was Bonnie Prince Charlie and all that, are they against the Jacobites.
Only people I've heard from up your way, William Wallace, because Mel Gibson played him in that film. Is that a true story, that, by the way?
Well, I think it's based on a true story, but the film's probably a bit not quite accurate, but some of it will be accurate, yeah.
The other ones I've heard of are Graham Souness, Gordon McQueen, Jockey Wilson, and Sheena Easton.
Sheena Easton, Barbara Dixon. She's from Dunfermline, that's not far from here.
I don't think there's any famous Scotsman is. Oh, Kenny Dalglish.
Kenny Dalglish, yeah.
Andy Murray. Well, that's about your lot, isn't it, after Stephen Hendry?
Andy Murray's only Scottish when he loses.
Yeah, he is, mate. When he was,
yeah, but Outer Hebrides, that's up northwest. So if you wanted to go there, you would go to a place called Ullapool, and you would get a ferry out to probably Lewis and Harris. There's loads of islands there. You can go hop about all the different islands.
That's what I wanted to ask anybody who was listening. Is anybody going to insure the car and it's a year later since they've insured it and they're like doubling your policies even though you've got no claims and all that? What's going on with car insurances at the moment? It's an absolute joke, isn't it?
I've just done it, and going up. Last year it was £236. This year I was 300 and it was 90 quid it gone up. Went up 90 quid, but I phoned them up and got 40 quid off it. So it's always worth phoning up and ask for the best price you can get. So, but it has gone up.
It's a limited. What's going on at the moment is nothing short of scandalous with these insurance companies and petrol. Isn't petrol now? It's an absolute. There were nearly riots on the streets, weren't there, 15 years ago, because they were charging 140. Paying one.
Even it. Is it not about 90? Is it not about 90p a litre? They were going mental and there's barricades and everything, but then it just kept sorted all that out, and then like latterly it's gone mental again, isn't it? Went down through the pandemic, but it's gone up again, isn't it?
The limit. Jarrell Miller, the titty man, is morphing into Big Joe Egan, another titty man. he's calling out Big Meech. I don't think he's going to get Big Meech, do you?
No, more chance of Joe Egan getting him.
No. Well, Big Joe can't fight and he needs a bride, doesn't he, Big Joe? Isn't that right, Big Joe, you dosser? Come see me. Where do you see Big Meech going now, Andy?
Well, Dubois got Hrgovic, isn't he? So they'll be tied up for a bit. So probably none of them. Is it September he's talking about fighting Big Meech?
Oh.
Big Meech.
Yeah, that's what they're on about, but
maybe the winner of Wilder and Zhang.
Wilder and Zhang are old men, the combined age of 80, right? They've been knocked out, right? That's basically it. And they've been knocked. Well, I don't. Has Zhang been knocked
Zhang,
out? Zhang's not been
Zhang's,
knocked out. But they've been Wilder's been knocked out, hasn't he? Right?
yeah.
Parker took him to school. Parker took Zhang to school. Zhang's old as the hills, right? Why would Joshua be wanting to go in with them? Zhang's a static target, and Wilder's finished. It's just another payday for them. They're not fighting anybody. Franklin, Elenius, Wallin, and Ngannou, and now Zhang or Wilder. What is that? Andy, come on.
He should maybe be fighting Jared Anderson or Frank Sanchez. Eh? Maybe that's where he should be
We're
fighting.
fighting them because they're next gens, aren't they, for heavyweight, aren't they? No,
Look at Lennox Lewis. So Lennox Lewis, he was fighting all the next gen guys, wasn't
Lennox Lewis got stuck into 2 generations, didn't he?
he? Mm.
Ali, look at Ali. He went from 1956 gold medalist Patterson, done him, and he was fighting Trevor Berbick, a 1980 Olympian. So Ali were fighting Olympians from 24 years apart. Muhammad Ali, no messing about.
Unbelievable, eh?
Unbelievable. I bet if you go in Ali's record, you might even find some from before 1956 that went to Olympics. I haven't gone that deep into it, but
Did Archie Moore go to the Olympics? No.
I'm not sure. You'd have to check that out. I'm sure Big Mal can know about that because isn't he related to Archie Moore?
The old mongoose.
The old mongoose.
Does he have the most knockouts any fighter, I think, doesn't he? Or any heavyweight or anyone. He had a lot of knockouts, Archie Moore, eh?
Some fighter, Archie Moore. Where do you see though Joshua next? If I mean, does it look to you that what Eddie's doing with Joshua, they're just trying to milk it and milk it and milk it and not put him near any danger like they've done all his career?
Yeah. It's not going to change, is it?
I thought he was stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet, and it were Usyk next door Fury. That's what they said. Their words, not Russell's. Theirs, right? So we're in a situation now where they're just taking piss, aren't they?
If he fights Usyk again, it's just going to be the same result. I don't see there's any benefit in that, and I don't think people really want to see that again. They probably want to see him fight Fury, but that'll depend on what happens if it happens on May the 18th. But if he's talking September for his next fight, one of them could be ready, depending on what happens. You might find if Fury was to win, maybe he'd fight Joshua. Maybe if Fury loses, he'll fight Joshua, and then have a rematch with Usyk after that. Maybe.
What happens if we don't get Fury Usyk this year or Joshua Fury this year? Does it just get away from us further and further and further?
Yeah.
Because if Joshua's going to fight Andy Ruiz in September, or he's going to fight the Zhang or Wilder, that means 2024 is a no-go for Joshua Fury again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And Terry Chappendama has been proved right because he called this 2 years ago, didn't he? So look, it might never happen. If it does, it'll be after 2025. Well, Terry called it, didn't he?
Who's Parker got next? Have you heard anything about him?
I don't know. I call him the stinking egg because he's not my
Thinking it.
He's done Wilder, hasn't he? Right, and he's done. They're old men. They're old.
He's on a roll off, but he could maybe he should fight Joshua next. I don't know. Wasn't it? The last fight wasn't great, but I think Parker's better now, isn't he? Under Andy Lee.
He got a better chance, and Eddie won't put Joshua near Parker because he's red hot in here. Parker.
He's on a roll, eh?
You know what I mean? But it is what it is. If, like I just said there, if it doesn't happen, where does it leave the sport if there's no undisputed fight this year?
In limbo again, eh?
Well, we seem to be putting up with it, don't we? And fans just seem to buy into it.
Yeah.
But Eddie Hill's there doing 25 interviews a day, spewing vile out and pure lies. Eventually, if you throw enough mud at something, Andy, it sticks, doesn't it?
Sticks, that's it. But I've just been milking the win he's got off Nagano, but You'll be shouting about that for a while yet. When that becomes a distant memory, he's going to have to fight somebody, isn't he?
Would you like to see Andy Ruiz fight Joshua in the trilogy in September? Because he's thrown his hat into the ring, hasn't he?
If he gets himself in shape, he could still be dangerous. I think he's young enough, isn't he? He's quite a good puncher and he's got fast hands, isn't he? All the things that Joshua doesn't like. But I mean, the rematch was Joshua did a half marathon run away from him all night, didn't he? And that was he ate himself out that his title, didn't he?
Yeah.
Disappointing. Lack of discipline.
What do you see happening with Campbell Hatton and Ben Davidson's training at the Ben Davidson Performance Centre? They've got Barry the Bacon on the pads and whatnot. Do you see Campbell Hatton doing out with them, or do you just think he ain't got it in him?
Nah, I don't think he goes much further personally. Yeah, he might prove us wrong, but I think he's found his level. I don't think he goes much further.
Think.
Yeah, I mean he was getting hit with a lot of clean shots in that fight, wasn't he? And nah,
Tell me about it.
He's we always said I think he's going to get hurt. If he keeps at it, does he need to fight? You know, he's given it a go, isn't he showed balls in that fight though, didn't he? He kept having a go. He kept coming back, but he was getting hit far too often for my liking.
What?
But I give him a chance to have another couple of fights and see where he goes. But personally, I don't think he's going to do much now.
What do you think to Boots Ennis wanting to fight Crawford, like shouting it out on IFL now that it's signed for Eddie? He's already being told how it is. You get on IFL and you call this person out and do as you're told. What do you think?
Follow the same old routine.
I think you see them falling out down the line because these Americans, they don't put with all that, do they? You know,
No,
that's why Eddie can't keep him. He keeps bragging off to Oscar De La Hoya, I've got 18 world champions, you've got 4. But yeah, out of all them 18, Eddie, how many have you had from debut?
None.
There you go.
I don't think he's popular in America anyway, Eddie Hearn, is he? He's rubbed everybody up the wrong way out there with all those things.
Of course he has, yeah. It's his game, isn't it?
Mm.
Just wondered if you thought that Eddie were going to do out, you know, in America. Do you think you see him doing out?
Aye, was he calling himself a global promoter? I heard him.
Global. What is he on, Eddie? Is he on it? Hey.
World dominance.
What?
World dominant. Next week he'll be a universal promoter.
He's done something, mate, hasn't he? Kent's back on Wednesday, 8:30.
Oh, good stuff. Huh?
Women love him, men want to be him. Kent is back.
How is he? Is he good?
Well, he's
all good.
I've spoke to him. He's he sent me a voice text. He's all right, Kent, in here, but he's obviously upset about his pal passing away. Isn't he?
It's understandable.
What's happening, Kent? What's happening? When you're back, he's still grieving for his mate, but he's back on Wednesday, so we're good to have Kent back.
Wish him well, eh?
Yeah, now that Rico and Julian are retired, it's not for them.
Is Rico retired as well? Is he?
Rico's retired as well. Yeah, this is what boxing does to people. It sends you crackers, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Especially people like me. Sends me crazy.
That's what I said. I think I said last time. It's understandable, like yourself, Rico and Julian have been involved in a great depth of boxing. Myself, I'm more just a fan, so I'm busy doing other stuff all the time. Boxing's a luxury that I can enjoy when I can, but I'm not involved in it to the depth that you guys are. But I can understand the passion being involved in something, and it starts. There's only so much you can take in. It just pisses you off, So you got to take a step back now and again to create some space for yourself. Have a breather.
Yeah. Crusher Ben begging for the Garcia fight.
He can't even fight. He's not even got a license. What's all that about?
He's got no license, right? The Crushinator. No license whatsoever to fight in the UK. But yeah, he's going to demand loads of money if he fight Garcia. Can you believe that? He took apart by Garcia, wouldn't he?
Oh, smashed Garcia be laughing at me. Smash him up. It looks like he's the real deal, Garcia. I think. I think we had a few doubts about that before, but he's played a blinder on that fight, hasn't he? In some ways, now I'm not comparing them as levels of fighters in any way, but he kind of did Devin Haney what Roberto Duran did to Sugar Ray Leonard. Dragged a boxer into a fight, didn't he? Made him fight his fight and backfired on Devin Haney, didn't it? But how that judge had it a draw, I've no idea. That's just shocking, eh? With judges performing like that,
Oh yeah, mate.
I reckon judges performing like that should get point if they've got a license for judging, they should get points on it, and then 3 points and you're out. Again, you're out for a year. Go and get some training how to be a judge, because that was an absolute disgrace. Eh?
What fight you on about there?
The Garcia.
Oh, the 112 card. 112, 112. What was that?
What's that all about? Eh? How can somebody come up with that? That's
Not sure if Terry tried to justify that when we had a chat about it, but I can't remember. It said something on his socials and thinking it were around about that, but I didn't have it nowhere near that, did you?
No, I mean I've only really seen the highlights.
He were on back foot all the way through. He didn't look the same fighter, did he?
No, he got caught with that check left hook in the first round, didn't he? And that put him back in his box, didn't it? Really, yeah. Put him on the back foot.
Yeah, it shocked me. It really, really shocked me. But do you see Campbell Hatton doing no? No.
No.
No, we spoke about that, haven't we? Why did you tell me why you didn't see him doing it? You think he's just ain't got it?
I think he's reached his level, eh? And he did well to stick. He got well beaten in that fight, but he didn't give up, did he? He kept coming. He showed a bit of heart, showed a bit of balls. But I think give him another couple of fights and see how he goes. But I don't really. He maybe do well to get away from his uncle, and his uncle's probably done well for him and been good to him and that. But might a fresh trainer, fresh set up might be enough to change him a bit. I don't know. We'll give him a chance and see how he goes, but I don't think he's going to do anything spectacular.
Spotty Frank says that Eddie Hills don't get on at him and take orders off Eddie Hills. So who's signing off on all fights that they're making then? Does Eddie not even have a say on that, even though he's the promoter? Does Spotty Frank think all boxing fans are thick like him? You know,
maybe he maybe thinks we're all zipped up the back or something.
I don't know.
I think Eddie bullies him. He's like Eddie's.
Of course he bullies him. He'd already knocked him about, didn't he? Ring.
Exactly.
On them shots, won't he? Come on, Roxy, in.
Exactly. He's like Eddie's little stress ball, isn't he?
Eddie's little what?
Stress ball. When Eddie gets stressed, he takes it out on.
Of course, he does. On Spotty, doesn't he? Spotty Frank. Do you know what I mean? What
did you see? Did you see Spotty Frank offering to make tea for everybody if what do you call them? Matchroom lose the 5 versus 5.
Well, they'll love that. They'll get IFL on to film it and they'll get some ardent job, won't they? That's what they're about. Listen, mate. Them people are about money. They're not about putting fights on. How much longer, right, are we going to be talking about Fury fighting Joshua, right? Well, because it looks like it's not going to happen this year. So then we're going to 2025, right? They've been talking about this for 12, 13 years now, and it's become that much of a joke. It is an absolute joke. Now, I get a lot of abuse every day. This is why I fire back. When I get abuse, I fire back. I've done it ever since I was a kid. Right, let me tell you this. Go look at Tyson Fury's CV. Go look at his CV, and then go look at Joe Lewis's, Lennox Lewis's, Muhammad Ali's, Vladimir's, Larry Holmes. Go look at their CVs and look at Fury's. He's not even in the same postal area as him, is he? He's nowhere near. He's calling his son a goat. Now, yeah, he's undefeated, but so what? Sven Otka were undefeated. So it don't mean shit. Don't mean shit, mate, honestly. These fighters nowadays, they're not wanting to test themselves. They're just wanting to have fights where they know they can win. When does it end, Andy, now? Who's testing themselves in heavyweight division? Who's really going for it with Usyk? Usyk fights away from home, beat 7 world champions in 21 fights, yeah? He's been fighting for world titles and top end for the last, after what, 9 or 10 fights or something, he was fighting the top dogs, wasn't he? He goes away from home and he just gets on with Usyk, doesn't he? What are these next lot of people doing? Joshua's beat 5 world champions. There's a story behind everyone. We don't really need to go there. It's embarrassing. The CVs, Joshua and Tyson Fury's, pair of them are about money. They've been and fought in Saudi a few times apiece, haven't they? They're not bothered about boxing fans, but if Saudi blow up in the faces, they're going to come running back to Wembley Stadium, aren't they? And that's when fans should say, get gone. Because what these are doing is shocking. The man in the street can't go to them fights. I've got a mate, he's got a lad. And he's like, I want to go to Saudi. And his dad's like, I'm not going to Saudi. We'll watch it pump for free, pop, pop, bang. Now, they'd have gone Wembley, though. But where do they think people are going to pluck 4 and 5 bags from to go to Saudi? Hey, what's this? What are they doing? They don't care. If we have Froch Groves 2 at Wembley, that's the yardstick. Why couldn't they all kick on from that?
That's it. It's out the reach of the working man, isn't it? The normal guy in the street.
Of course it is.
I mean, Usyk's, to me, he's an all-time great in the making, and the rest are also rans, and they're nowhere near him. And if Fury manages to beat Usyk, which I don't think he will, I don't think he will.
I know he won't. I've not got Fury to win that, Andy. No, have I yet? I just don't get a vibe that I don't see a chink in Usyk's armour. This is how I break it down, right? Do you know all them people Fury's beat in his career? Would Usyk beat him?
Easily, yeah.
Easily. Right.
There's nobody, he's not fought anybody with his movement, his skill set, or anything like that.
Nowhere near anybody like that, Andy. Nowhere near, mate. Absolutely nowhere near. But when you've got idiots like Cougar Cassius giving these people platforms to sound off about being a goat and this and that, people buy into it, don't they?
Yeah, I seen somebody asking, Frank Goldfeather that does the TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
I seen somebody asking him about who would win Usyk. He's got Usyk winning. He says he doesn't really rate Fury as a boxer. He says Usyk is a pure boxer, but he's got Usyk to beat him quite comfortably. He said
Easily, man. It's food and drink to Usyk, this, mate. I keep telling people, I'll take bets with anybody. If they come and show me your money, I'll take the bets. I'll take the action. Easily.
And bookies have got it even as well, haven't they? They've got it kind of levels.
Pants, aren't they? And do you know what? He's shitting his pants, Tyson Fury. Shitting bricks. He's ready to do a runner now. He wants to run up a tree. He wants to run away in from there. So you can see it's written all over the faces. It's like they're going to gallows, isn't it?
He can't get him. He can't get inside Usyk's head. He can't beat. Usyk's just too strong mentally, and he's too disciplined, and he's too fit. He's too fast. He's got too much movement. Throws too many punches. He's got a good chin. I've never seen anybody drop him. There's questions over whether he could be up to the body, but anybody could be up to the body, I would say, if he get hit in the right place. But I see a lot of people saying that Fury might try fouling him and that, but I don't know if it. And then you've got Bricktop saying that Usyk's a crybaby, but people will try and foul him though. If he's that good, and they can't beat him any other way, people will try him. Like Dillian White tried to foul Fury, didn't they? Because he couldn't match him skill wise. So it's the same scenario, isn't it? Really, people will try and foul a skillful fighter if they're just if they're getting peppered with punches and can't land anything or any significance. So there is always a danger Fury could get. Fury's usually got quite a cool head in the ring, though, isn't he? So I don't know. It's intriguing, but I think Usyk beats him. Man. Fury on his best, but his best days are past him. I mean, I've seen some. I can't remember who it was. Somebody said on his best day, Fury could beat Usyk, but even then, I just didn't see it. Look at the trouble Cunningham got, and he's nothing like Usyk. He gave him a lot of bother, didn't he? Just with movement and speed and boxing ability.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near Usyk's level, so he gave him problems. Fury is probably a more seasoned fighter now, but he's just going to be outmaneuvered. It won't surprise me. I think I've said this a while back. If Usyk drops Fury, I don't see him knocking him out really, but he could drop him just with a punch he doesn't see coming that he can't anticipate. So I can see that scenario happen. That might actually happen quite early on, and that's going to really put Fury on the back foot then, isn't it? Or I just think Usyk's too good. I think he's too good. It's full stop, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Do you want to part 2, Andy?
Yeah, good man. Get you on that.
Liking and subscribing and leaving a comment on part 1. Join us on part 2.